Now, every time we add on a new platform, it takes longer and
How long
longer.
has Twitch been around?
Oh, I don't know.
It's brand new, kind of.
Well, none is brand new, but it's been around for a little bit.
Well, I'm saying like a few years. Like a few, maybe during pandemic, because I never heard of that.
Your thumbnail, yeah. But what were you talking about? Somebody saying about if you eat Thanksgiving or something?
One of the news guys had, you know how you watch the news during the holidays, and he had a funny video out cracking on people, giving you so many days to eat leftovers. Okay. You got your first day.
Saying by the weekend you shouldn't be eating your leftovers.
He don't even think like if
what
you're
is
making
wrong?
a
what
chicken,
if you got
if
like
a turkey salad or something?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
He had a funny video. I wish I could find it.
Who you think everybody don't have money like that to be throwing away food?
He made sense though, because after like the third, fourth day,
you physically don't want it. But I wouldn't throw it. Like right now, we got
he was saying the stuff that you can make.
We still got turkey in there. We got to do. It seemed like you throwing away stuff though. That's food, and people always say somebody's starving in other countries.
Small families can probably, leftovers after the fourth day, the third, fourth day.
But everybody don't have, everybody's family don't eat everything on Thanksgiving. And then I don't know why people always get turkey. Don't nobody want no nasty turkey.
You don't have to have turkey. I know this one guy on The View, he's from Pakistan. He said his family was wanting to have the turkey. And he was like, Ma, you don't have to have turkey.
Why do people feel like they have to have turkey?
You don't have to, and they all into it now. They want the turkey. They want all the trimmings.
Well,
that's funny. He's a comedian. So
all right, so let's go. We got a new thing now. We on
able
Twitch.
To still people talk comments.
Let me see.
Good or bad, I guess. We take the bad with the ugly with the bad.
Well, if we on Twitch, that's like young people.
Look,
so they gonna be talking about everything.
They gonna be talking about my hair, your teeth, my face,
right,
everything.
right.
We old. How dare y'all?
Right.
Talking about it. I mean,
yeah, they talk about everything.
After a while,
but it'd be old.
You shouldn't yell. I like to hear what the people's cracks are, because some people got some good cracks.
Well, some guys say you had a squirrel on the top of your head.
See.
If you want to know what they saying, that's what they say.
Or a bun of those bread rolls.
I get what is on top of her head. Some guy said you had a squirrel on the top of your head.
I love it. Crack on us. We don't care. We jokesters. I really don't think you can hurt our feelings. We didn't hurt everything under the sun.
Yeah, we get all of that, and of course I get my teeth and
those are low hanging fruits.
Yeah,
come up with the size of our heads. That's just easy.
Right. Let's see. Before we start, Emerald. Hey, Emerald.
Hey.
She says, "Hi, ladies. I hope that you enjoyed your holiday and family. We did.
Yes.
If
they do it with entertainers and people on TV and stuff, they're gonna do it to us YouTubers.
Don't get on social media if you're not
no
sure
thick
yourself.
Skin. Yeah.
Well, they'll say you got thick skin.
I know.
They say that's the problem. You got thick skin.
Look, I'm on for a challenge. Mm-hmm. If you could say something that made me go, oh man, send us some recipes,
she said,
girl.
Freeze it, and she said, "Hey, Soror.
Hey, send us some recipes. I know you cook.
I'm looking at each. I had to look at each platform to see what everybody's saying.
Yes.
All right, so start off. You always got to start off with Kanye.
I'm gonna write that down for soup.
Make turkey soup. Yeah. Go ahead, start off.
Sora, Lisa, Mama's been asking about you.
Yeah, so, we're making this all personal.
How you doing, girl? How you doing?
All right, go ahead.
Okay,
what's going on with Kanye?
They behind. The View. It takes a weekend for them to get caught up.
They was gone.
Well, it's a weekend.
Yeah,
because this kind of hit the news even on the weekend about the whole Trump inviting.
We already talked about
and their mama to his.
We already talked about Friday about Kanye showing up and they're asking Trump to be his vice president.
I know.
And Trump yelled at him. And can you imagine being at that table?
Kanye must have really been loose or not on his meds day.
People don't like Trump, but he really does just say what's on his head.
Look, he told
him he have a chance to win.
A reality
and he's
show.
Right.
It really is watching Trump and them moving and talking and grooving. You like, dude.
Yeah.
How dare you ask me to be your running mate? Well, man, I am the man. Yeah. I'm running. You can be my running mate.
And then he yelled at him. And then later on, it comes to find out this guy that he brought to the thing is a neo-Nazi.
Nick Fuentes.
But Kanye said Trump told him to bring him, and then Trump said he didn't know who he was.
But you know what, Trump?
But I believe Kanye. As crazy as he is,
I don't know. I believe Trump too. As far as, I don't know. I'm sorry. I take that back. I don't believe Trump.
Yeah.
But think about it, you guys. We followed him for how many years now? Trump don't care who you are, what you've done in the past. If you even had all kinds of stuff going on, it's about him.
Yeah, he don't care.
Nick, you like me, my man? Yeah. Come on in.
Yeah, he don't care.
But do you know my background? I've done some really horrible things.
Don't
it
care
don't
about
matter.
that.
It's about me.
Right.
Come on in and have a seat.
Right. So what happened?
Trump don't care.
On the View, what they talking about?
That's what they were really talking about. They were talking about just thinking that he's lying. He did know who Nick is. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised that a lot of people are connected with this Nick Fuentes. I'd like to hear more about this dude. I need to watch some more news about his background because he seems like he's a shady character.
Okay.
As far as his view on the Jews and his view on what else? The Nazi. I mean, he's got some issues. I don't know. There's a lot going on with him. He's not a good guest to invite to anybody's house.
Okay.
But they were talking about that. Sarah mentioned let me see. Oh yeah, by Trump being a former president, he still has security covering him.
Yeah,
you don't just let anybody in.
Well,
you
no, that's what I said.
Background checks. He knew who Nick was. They had to do a background check.
Oh, that's true.
For that part, because Sarah's like,
because how would he come to the house unless they did a background check?
Thank you. They don't just let anybody. Even
he
with
acting
Trump.
like he just showed up and whatever. But then again, with him, somebody could just show up.
I don't know, because he's still getting coverage as an ex-president, and they all do. So they're gonna do background checks because somebody can come in and shoot him.
Well, it says here, Trump blames Kanye West for bringing Nick Fuentes as dinner guest. Former President Trump on Saturday said, Ye, the rapper formerly known as Kanye West, is seriously troubled man whom he was trying to help. Now, they didn't add in there. It said, troubled man, even though he's black or something like that. He added that line in there. They took it out of this one.
Okay. Oh, really?
In real life, that's what he said. Like, I don't want anybody saying I'm saying he's trouble because he's black.
Right.
He just happens to be black. That's what Trump was saying. Known as Kanye West, a seriously troubled man whom he was trying to help, but also blamed the controversial musician for a dinner in which Trump says he brought along a known white supremacist.
Yes.
Trump said on Truth Social, that's his platform, that he brought far-right activist Nick Fuentes to the dinner on Tuesday night and that he did not know who Fuentes was. So I don't know. Do we believe Trump or no? I don't believe him.
I see what you're saying because a part of me...
Oh, here it is. So I helped a seriously troubled man who just happens to be black.
Yay, Kanye.
Yay, who has been decimated. I'm just as bad as Herschel Walker.
Yuck mouth.
We're going to say that all day.
Now
look at here, though. Look at here, down. He done inseminated he inseminated Kanye and he went and touched him. And, not touched him, but he
what do you call him?
Mush mouth.
That's it. I said yuck mouth.
Decimated in his business and virtually everything else, Trump wrote.
Yeah.
And who has always been good to me.
Yeah, they partners.
By allowing his request for a meeting at Mar-a-Lago alone. So that I can give him very much needed advice. He shows up. This nigga, that's what he wanted to say. This nigga shows up. You can't never invite nobody black to come to your house because they always got to have 6 or 7 people.
Man, can I come
That's what he wanted to say.
Man, can I come with you?
He shows up with 3 people, 2 of which I didn't know. The other, a political person who I haven't seen in years.
Okay.
The former president added, I told him, don't run for office. A total waste of time. You can't win. Fake news went crazy.
Yes.
That does sound like Trump.
He made you know what? He doesn't do his research and he's not the smartest man.
He may be telling
He probably didn't remember Fuentes.
And he probably said, Kanye probably said the man's name, and he probably thought, oh, he probably Latino or something. That's good to bring him because that look good. Bring him.
I need all the different nationalities in my place.
And he would also be the person that would say he knows somebody he don't know.
Yeah,
go on and bring him. I know who he is, and he don't know.
You see, and they got him in trouble.
Both crazy men.
Both of them.
Can you imagine being a dinner guest at the table with two crazy men?
I don't need
and Trump yelling at three crazy. Oh yeah, you got the white. I don't even know if he crazy. He's just a racist.
Crazy dinner. Yeah, that was a dinner of crazy. Like one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
That's why his daughter don't want to have nothing to do with this.
I don't blame her. They said she's somewhere traveling somewhere.
She don't want to have nothing. Can you imagine
or something?
Can you imagine her husband being there with that white supremacist sitting there at the table?
I don't even know if he would stay. Would he have just gotten up and walked out?
I don't know. That's just
and
crazy.
The news media would have tore that up.
Again, this is going to be a crazy race, but they already started off. So that's what The View talked about today.
They talked a little bit about this.
Okay. What else?
In the blame game.
Who's the blame
The
for
next
it?
one, of course, the whole thing with Justice Barrett. Amy Coney.
Yeah. The one with the adopted the black kid?
Yes. Okay. Recusing themselves. Now, you know, this is an LGBTQ case over Christian faith.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the separation of church and state.
Yeah.
That's still in existence, but Anna even brought on the news up on The View today. She said people don't trust our Supreme Court people.
No. It's over.
Recuse themselves from these topics that could be a little into our faith.
Uncle Clarence Thomas already messed that up.
But Sonny did stand up and support it. She said Clarence Thomas has actually recused himself a number of times. Unfortunately, not the one with his wife's situation. He recused himself. I'm sorry. He recused himself with a situation with his son in the school his son was attending.
Right, but he's not going to do anything his wife is pushing.
Look, that was one thing he really needed to do. But she did talk about a lot of the Supreme Court judges, they have recused themselves in the past on certain issues. I think the most recent one was her name, the black lady.
So why are they asking her to recuse herself?
Well, apparently they find out. Joy was reading about a Christian group that she's Catholic though. Most of them are Catholic.
Okay.
But this must be a extremist group called People of Praise.
Okay.
And Joy was mentioning that she was even like a high level in that whole religious denomination or whatever it's called.
Okay.
They're real. Now here's the controversy, because some people probably are listening to some of the things that this People of Praise group kind of agree with as far as the Bible and what their faith is. Let's see. They believe, most Christians do, and most people of faith do, they believe sex should only occur within marriage.
Right.
A lot of conservatives do believe that.
But what's that got to do with her?
No, I'm just saying this is some of the stuff Joy was reading off.
Okay.
They believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman.
Okay.
They're real strict on that.
Okay.
So LGBTQ community, they're like,
Okay.
But the problem is, and Alyssa brought it up, she said we have to trust our Supreme Court justice and our judges to what did she say?
To separate their personal
beliefs. Because she said, I personally, if I had to vote for Sonny to be in the court, the Supreme Court, I would trust Sonny would not put her religious faith and beliefs.
I don't know if I would trust Sonny.
And Sonny said she wouldn't.
She would.
That's what I'm argue saying. The case according to legal and law.
So that's what they have to see. Yes. Just because I don't like saying for her to recuse herself because she's a Christian.
Right.
That's pretty much what
Sarah
they're saying.
said. I don't think she needs to recuse herself
because just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you can't
being impartial. That's it.
Right. That doesn't mean you can't make a legal ruling on something.
Thank you. Because Sarah was talking about there is a process that they have to go through step by step when they're reviewing cases and dealing with the law. And we need to trust that they're continuing to separate church and state. Right. Whether you are Catholic, whether you are Muslim, whatever your faith is.
Now it does. I will admit a judge is does take in account how they look at stuff and how they read things. If I'm a person that's a little bit more sensitive, I'm going to be a little bit more sensitive when I'm handing out a judgment or something versus somebody that's a real stickler that don't care. You know what I'm saying? So your personality does take place, but you have to have some kind of law to back up your decision.
Yes.
So you can't just get up there and say, "Oh, I want to overturn this."
You know
why?
You brought a good point up, because these are local judges at that level. Before you get to the Supreme Court, if we look at how they move in and out and their feelings, because a lot of times you hear, even on these TV shows, even in real life, my sister is saying, if you know you're going to come across such and such judge, oh, he's hard on black boys.
So you act different. Or if you know you got a judge that, if you have
a stickler,
if you have a judge that's like very conservative or something, then they'll tell you wear tie and, you know, don't, or you're a female, don't wear nothing real showy,
provocative,
or, you know. Or then on the other side, if you got old lust bucket, they may say look a little cuter when you go in there.
The prosecutor may be happy that they got that
judge. Put some lipstick on or something, because he likes women. He likes looking at them, so look cute.
They're human.
So they're human.
They're human. So we really got to be careful with that. Yeah. But I understand what you're saying. She doesn't necessarily have to recuse herself.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The whole thing about I think this is the case. There's a a person that does online web design.
Okay.
They are refusing to do web design for a gay couple.
See, I believe if you have your own business, I feel like you can have
private,
because like they tell you, no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Right.
If you come into my place and I want you to dress a certain type of way, if you don't have a tie on, maybe at my restaurant, we don't serve people. But that is different than saying a person's
their preference,
who they are. That's like saying I don't want to serve nobody black.
See, are they discriminating?
What if you say, what if somebody walk in and say, well, here we don't serve black people? You can't do that.
As a private company, can you?
Even as private.
No, I think Sonny said a private company you can to an extent.
Nah, because let's say you have a golf course, which they have, and before they used to, remember they said they didn't let black people in.
Yeah.
You can't just say that. You can make it hard for us to get in, but you can't just have a thing that say we can't have any black people.
Let us know.
So that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I know Sonny has said, because if it's a private company, it's privately
That's a tough
owned.
one. That's a tough one. Because now people doing that with Girl Scouts and stuff. Why can't I be in a Girl Scout and it's a boy?
It's a Boy Scout.
Why can't I be in a Boy Scout?
Can my girl Can my girl be a part of this group?
That's a good one.
Does it depend on?
We are cheerleaders. We don't want any big fat cheerleaders. Is that wrong to say? We can't pick you up.
Need to fit you need to be able to do splits.
You need to be able to fit the uniform.
You know what? Like
and we pass them down. When I worked at you fit the suit, man.
You fit the suit.
When I worked at Six Flags, they had uniforms.
Yes.
And I, even then, as a teenager,
you couldn't fit them.
I wasn't even as big as I am now, and I was in the largest size. So somebody bigger than me. These kids today are bigger than we were.
Yeah.
Back then, I was maybe like a size 12 or something.
Yeah.
That was the largest size.
And they told me when I went to get a second job at Six Flags with the hat, I said, my sister won't be able to work here. She can't get her hair under that hat. Your hair has to fit under the hat. So
it's just like the football players with the helmet. If your locks can fit under the helmet, you fine.
So what is the rule on this? Rule? Privately owned companies, privately owned businesses, can they still go, nope, sorry, we have a criteria.
That's a good
one. Like
one.
even a Jewish group. If you're not from a Jewish background or practices Judaism, they don't care about education.
That's a touchy one. The private one. Public, I'm for sure no.
Yeah.
But private, I don't know how much you get away with that.
This is a web designer that is refusing to
because
design.
That's like the cake person that didn't want to make a cake for LGBT.
For
Did he win? Couple. I think he won in the Supreme Court.
It was his company.
So I don't know, y'all. That's a good one.
I know it's touchy, especially those of you who are from the LGBTQ community.
But how is that
like anybody being black? We don't want you to push us back.
How is that cake owner different than if I married a white man and I wanted him to do a cake and he said no? She don't do cakes for interracial couples. That's not right. But then when you start talking about church, you can't force a pastor to marry a gay couple,
right?
See, those are touchy situations, y'all.
I like to know what the ruling is.
Babylon says, peace to the Woods Report. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hostesses.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that's a good one. That's a good one to look at. We'll keep watch on that one.
Okay.
Iran calls for U.S. expulsion from the World Cup, claiming it disrespected flag. They can forget about that. First of all, Iran,
the way y'all treating women, you need to just shut up.
First of all, you're on the final leg of every other country.
Thank you.
So you need to be quiet and hope that everybody don't start boycotting everything that comes from Iran.
Thank you, like we did in South Africa.
So just relax a little bit, buddy, because we're already got our eyes on you and the way you treat women.
Yes.
So you would think y'all would just be quiet and just keep disrespecting them in the side and bring attention to it.
Thank you. Big spotlight. Because people are starting to see it and they're standing up against this.
Yeah.
We don't want to sit back and watch you mistreat women in your country.
Going back to the Supreme Court, Emerald said after they reversal of Roe versus Wade, I don't trust them. Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying.
I know.
They don't think they can just rule and be not put their own person
We're
on.
losing our faith in the Supreme Court.
So I don't blame you, honey. Believe me, I don't blame you.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Anyway, Iran Soccer Federation has called for the U.S. to be expelled from the World Cup, claiming that the country disrespected Iran's flag in social media posts. The U.S. Soccer Federation, in a now deleted post, included a graphic of the Iranian flag without the emblem of the Islamic Republic, drawing eerie, fire. They took out the F. Fire from Iran. CNN reports. Okay.
So they replaced it with something with the women.
So I guess they feel like
don't disrespect our flag.
It's like taking our flag and changing it up and then posting it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Did they go too far with that?
I don't know about that.
Because now you can still stand up for what you believe
or don't believe.
But why would you change anything that's...
Yeah, I wouldn't change their flag.
You got to think that one over.
Yeah, that one. And they deleted the post. So I agree with that.
So if they've done that, then leave them alone. Don't be coming at our soccer players.
Don't go with expelling all this.
No.
Keep everybody
can apologize and do a public apology, but you are not kicking our soccer players who's doing very well, thank you.
Now, I will say this. I don't watch soccer and I could care less.
I watch soccer and I care less. If you for your country, you for your country. This is one of the greatest sports in the world. It's
the number one sport. It's the number one sport in the world.
And let us stay in there.
Yeah.
Iran, no.
So we doing good?
That's what I heard.
See, y'all tell me if we're not. You not even
Did we play Iran already? Or we
you was making it sound like you watch. You like I said
I tuning in.
How we doing?
I think we beat France. I think we beat some people. Are we doing well? Come on, you guys, tell me. I know we have a game with
if we're not doing good, I don't care.
Well, I think.
But no, it's the principle.
Yes.
Don't even if we suck.
Don't kick us out because we've taken a stand on how you treat your women,
and you need to quit treating your women that way.
Don't mess with the flag. I do agree there.
That part I agree. You know, and they took down the post because that was wrong.
I think we all agree on that. When you may be upset what's going on in somebody's country.
Yeah,
but we didn't do that with apartheid, with Africa.
Yeah,
South Africa. We didn't mess with their flag. We just didn't produce anything or sang over there.
I will agree. It was wrong for them to put it up.
Yeah,
but not to the point where you treating your women like crap and then you want to kick us out. What about you? Kick you out. So don't kick anybody. Let it kick everybody else out.
You sit out on it then. Say, oh, they just messed with us. We're not going to be a part of this.
So it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Linda says employers are begging for employees now, so they probably have up to size 22 uniforms, and you just wear a hat and a hairnet.
Thank you. Thank you.
At this point, they'll just you know how when you can't fit something, you just cut up the back. They just cut up the back of the shirt and just put the front of the shirt on.
No, bring your own. Wear your own. You
red.
Go to Walmart. Get a red shirt. Get a black vest.
Son, if be somebody come in that's 500 pounds, son, do you have a red shirt?
Go to the big boy shop. Get your own red shirt and a black vest. You'll do okay. And a pen.
Linda gotta wear that pen anyway. Linda said they can't find nobody. Look, at this point, son, we'll put a chair, bitch, whatever, at the cash register. You say you can't stand. You say you got one eye, you can't see out the other. It don't matter.
We'll pull up a chair.
The people that's checking out to help you. Most people that they know,
yes,
they buying something.
We just need you to sit there and watch the door.
We just need somebody to just sit there, and that's it. You got a red shirt, son?
No. There's so many help wanted signs out there. If you can't fit the suit, they'll get your own. Bring your own clothes. Wear a different color.
But we supposed to wear an Abraham Lincoln hat, son. They be at Six Flags. Son, you got a black hat? Just son. Just put a
sticker on it.
Son.
There you go.
We can take some paper and roll it around and put it on top of your head. It'll make it look like an Abraham Lincoln hat.
There you go.
I agree. Y'all right. Okay. It's so hard to find employees now.
Help wanted everywhere.
We went to a restaurant. Everybody was wearing different clothes, you said.
I know. I didn't even know who the waitresses or the waiters were.
They was dressed like us.
Yeah.
They was wearing regular clothes.
The only way I knew one girl was coming in, when she went to the table, I thought she was going to sit.
Regular person.
She actually started picking plates up like she's taking them out. I'm like, oh, I guess she's one of the workers.
I said, well, they don't wear
nothing.
Apron or nothing?
No color, no nothing.
No nothing. So,
oh well.
All right, you're right. They just pulling anybody off the street. So,
okay.
All right, y'all. So this story continues.
What's going
with
on?
Shaquilla Robinson.
Shaquilla. That's how you say her name.
I think so. I don't know. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. Mexico wants American extradited for death of tourist Shaquilla Robinson.
Okay.
So they guess they moving along. So they look bad.
Mm-hmm.
And people not coming there. See, when people stop coming.
Mess up tourism. I've been there. I've been to that area.
Don't mess
up. It's a very big tourist area.
Don't mess up tourism. American seen being beaten in a viral video. Big dummy. And then go video it.
Yeah.
Prosecutors in the state of Baja California did not name the suspect in the October 29th death of Shaquilla Robinson. But on Thursday, they said they had approached Mexican federal prosecutors and diplomats to try to get the woman extradited to face charges in Mexico.
Yes.
Robinson's death at a resort development in San Jose del Cabo shocked people in both countries. The video raised suspicions that Robinson may have died at the hands of people she was traveling with.
Yes.
Her so-called friends. Local prosecutor Antonio Lopez Rodriguez said the case was being treated as a potential homicide, and an arrest warrant had been issued for the suspect. The group Robinson was traveling with, however, left Mexico after she was found dead in a rented villa. They should have never let them leave in the first place.
Thank you.
State prosecutor Daniel De La Rosa Anoye, said the suspect was also an American, but did not identify her. I bet you it's the girl that was on the film. I'm almost sure it is, but we don't know. News outlets in Charlotte, North Carolina reported that the people Robinson was traveling with gave different versions of how she died, but that an autopsy revealed she died of a severe spinal cord or neck injury.
They even gave different stories. They couldn't even get their stories together. Hey, everybody, let's all say this.
Thank you.
Stupid.
So what's going to happen is, I think it's going to end up being that girl, but we don't know.
Just her? They not going to.
Well, they got her for now.
Okay.
Well, we don't know if it's her.
The one on video actually laying licks
who we
on her.
think that is. We don't know though.
Okay.
But the point is, you getting ready to get taken back to Mexico. Mm-hmm. You go.
It won't be a resort prison.
To a Mexican prison.
Yeah. Don't think because when you were hanging in Cabo, say Lucas, that's how the jail's going to be.
And then the latest I heard, even before coming on to Department, is under investigation. Ooh, remember we said the police report was wrong.
Yes.
It didn't match the autopsy.
They said she wasn't there when they got there.
Right.
I
think, this is my opinion, they went with what the friend said. I think they came in and that's what they told them, that she was alcohol poison or whatever.
They believed their story.
And I think they lied and said that because they didn't want to seem like somebody died in Cabo. You know,
maybe I watched too much TV. I watched Special Victims Unit. How does it work? I thought when the police department, they get there, they called, but I guess they're saying she wasn't there. So maybe that's different, because if there's a homicide, I thought they come in, they do their thing, and then they call another group, like detectives,
to see what's going on,
to see dig further in. Am I missing this, or does the cops do both jobs? Do they do the investigation with
they have detectives? They have detectives.
Okay, because I'm thinking,
but that's a different group. So let's see here on Facebook. Monty, our frat, he said, "Hey, Soros.
Hey, frat.
We're doing well. We need to beat Iran tomorrow."
Thank you. I know I was watching something where we're playing them. Beat them good.
That's why they want us to get out. Because they don't want
beat them real fast and quick.
Yeah. And then Monty said they all should be arrested. Somebody will start singing. Exactly.
That's
what they're going to do. They're going to bring this one in.
Yes.
And then they're going to put her under that hot light.
The dude with the camera, I know he going to sing high notes.
Emerald says Generation Z always record themselves doing everything.
Why do people do that? You really helping the police department and the prosecutors. Thank you.
And Emerald said they should have had bruises and discoloration. Nowhere their story should have hides.
Somebody should look at her hands.
Call them. Yeah, they just messed up the case. So they're going to be under investigation
too. Okay.
They're under investigation.
That's probably why they're trying to move along real quick to try to do what they need to do to cover themselves up if they wasn't, doing things the right way.
But put it this way. All of them gonna end up going back to Mexico.
They all should.
And they all gonna be under those hot lights.
I heard you guys, I said the other day when we've been talking about this story. My heart started hurting because I was praying for the family. I was praying for the mom. No parent, no family member, no friend want to hear about their loved one passing away or being murdered at a trip and then be lied to. The fact that these kids, young adults, went all home like with their little luggages in the airport
and brought the luggage back to the mom.
Here you go, Miss So and So. Yeah, she died of alcohol. No conscience. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Knowing they all know how she died.
That hurt me so bad to be so evil. That's mean.
And Monty said, y'all know there was a second fight. Oh yeah, they said that. They said all three of the girls jumped on her.
That is so evil.
What do you say, Mom?
The mother was on television.
Yeah.
And they told her that she had been drinking a lot.
Yeah, they said she died of alcohol poisoning.
They lied to her.
They lied to the mom. So-called friends.
And the mom is going to believe because she's thinking they all went together. They didn't tell me my daughter, really what happened to her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, if y'all keep up on this story. The only reason why they're doing this is because when it first hit, all of us on social media started talking about it.
Right.
And we haven't let them live it down
since. And you guys, how many...
And we're going to keep talking
about
Black
females are out there still.
They never talk about
untold stories. Nobody has found who their victims.
So we're going to keep talking about it.
It's unfortunate that that's a large number.
Yep.
But yeah.
But we're going to keep talking about it. Now, it's talking about Black females. Lord Jesus.
What's going on?
Well, y'all know Xscape, right? They won
ready to sing on something.
Well, they won the Soul Train.
Okay, that's what
women's
it was.
award thing.
Okay.
And then we all know that the whole big old controversy with they always dress the same. And then this one, what's her name? Latoya.
Changed.
She had on a different outfit than everybody.
But they all were supposed to wear the same outfit.
Well, according to her, they didn't tell her stylist. She had a separate stylist than the other three girls. The other three girls had the same stylist, and she had her own stylist.
She always been a troublemaker.
That's what I'm saying. And she said her stylist said they didn't tell him. Whatever.
I don't believe it.
So then
anybody can have a separate one would be Candy.
Then the other thing is that her husband had got into an altercation with their manager or road manager, one of those. And he said that the man threatened to beat him up or something. So whatever. So she don't feel safe going on a tour or whatever with this man being a manager or whatever. So that was the whole thing, right? So everybody kept saying, even back in the day, she would always take her husband, and he would always insert himself in the group.
Yes,
he was kind of like what is it?
There's a lot of people
Yoko
like that.
Ono.
Yeah,
that broke up the Beatles. The Beatles. So they kept saying her husband is a male Yoko Ono.
Oh no!
So all of this, caused from she always have issues. Her husband is always
from the past. Yes.
Now it comes out her husband allegedly has a child
with another woman.
Now she did all of this.
Yes.
Sacrificed herself.
Oh, and then you'll change your outfit too. Come on,
look at this.
Sister Sledge.
Rocky Benvins, the husband of Xscape singer I can't never say her name, Latoya Scott, is alleged to have a baby on the way with Instagram model. I don't even know this lady's name. Yunuki Fochi, whatever.
Wow.
Foche took to Instagram on Sunday and called the talent manager out. revealing the two have a complicated relationship and alluding to a current pregnancy. Now, she done did all this for this man.
Her husband is having an affair.
Allegedly.
Oh, my goodness. See, where it's almost like you pointing a finger and doing things that's out of order, and you look at this. Is this him and her?
Yeah, and the guy and that's her dress that she wore that nobody else.
But they all were supposed to wear the same kind of.
Now, I will admit, she is the best singer out of the group.
That's probably why she's dressed the way she is, because she knows that.
But she cannot make it, in my opinion,
by
without
herself.
Xscape.
Yeah,
she's not that.
But they all have some sang solos kind of in the group, right? Because Candy sing a little solo, and what's her name?
Writes more than anything.
Yeah, she's a more better writer. But they all have done their little thing. It's not like the other group. What's the other group I'm thinking of? The three ladies.
SWV.
SWV, where one singer, she does all the lead. This one, they all kind of do a little dipping and dabbing.
Emerald says, I think it's pronounced unique.
Unica.
Unique.
Unica. Go back down. No, Unique's name, the girlfriend.
Oh,
the other woman.
Oh, okay. Unique. Oh, that is probably unique.
That's different. That's unique on how you spell it.
She don't look nothing like his wife.
Usually, what they have the same type, maybe not. When you having an affair, it don't matter. But he is allegedly having a child with this lady. So
True Blue says, Latoya, I don't never say her name right, y'all. Always wanted to be solo. Always wanted to be solo.
Her and her sister were issues in the past. Why is Candy even with these? Her and
Candy does not. Here's the thing.
And T.I.'s wife.
Tiny.
They don't need to be with these ladies. They got a lot going on in their own careers.
Rich. Candy has produced recently.
She's written plays.
She got 2 plays on Broadway,
and she's trying to probably kick the Atlanta Housewives to the curb because they kind of.
She only keeping it because she keeping Atlanta Housewives because that allows her to promote all her other stuff.
Okay, then she got the candy coated games and stuff with the little sexual toys. She got her and her husband they got a restaurant.
Then Tiny has money, period.
Why they with these
She gonna make money off of Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls forever.
And what's his name? The one I like with the red hair.
Who?
The guy with the red hair.
Candy. Oh, Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
See, well, that's Candy,
that's
right?
Candy,
with Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
Yeah, she gonna make money off of that song forever.
Why are they together?
So they're doing these sisters a favor. It's by going out on the road and doing this.
Yes, they're doing those sisters a favor. And I can see if they were together and coming back united, if the sisters wasn't a problem.
But let's just say for the sake of argument.
Okay.
He wants the best. And he's a Yoko Ono.
Yes.
Why would you allegedly get somebody else pregnant and have an affair? You doing all of this. And you are no good for nothing.
But don't he remind you of Wendy Williams' husband?
No, let me tell you why.
How is he different? Because he's a little.
I know y'all don't like Wendy Williams. He's a little rough too. What happened after that ended? Wendy is a basket case.
No.
I know y'all don't like him.
That's not funny.
But that dude.
Because I've been praying for Wendy.
That dude. He ran that thing
so
like he is Joe Jackson.
So you trying
Wendy's husband is Joe Jackson.
But then she just break down because he had the affair.
When they fired Joe Jackson,
yeah,
they all started doing drugs. They all started sleeping with each other's wives.
So you saying having a person like that?
They almost needed a dictator
over them to watch over them and make sure they don't do
on the street to see when Joe was coming home. And when they saw Joe's car,
they all went in the house.
His job, whoever it was, the postman, to run and tell everybody get in the house and pull out
their guitars out.
Pull out your guitars or pull out your books like you studied.
Yes.
And their mother allowed it.
Wow.
So
you trying to say that was one of the big differences with Wendy Williams' husband, who is
because he ran things, he made people, but he ran it like a mom.
You jumping the gun, no. We don't know how she's going to react now that she's hearing this news.
Well, here's the thing: this guy is trying to be Joe Jackson, but he don't have Michael Jackson. She's not Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Quit pushing an envelope and you got Tito.
No, Jermaine.
No, Jermaine is good.
Well, I think she's the Jermaine level.
Okay, Jermaine.
Yeah, he don't have Michael or Janet.
He's trying to walk into these places pushing Jermaine.
Yes.
Like he's Michael Jackson.
Knowing that Jermaine needed the other guys too.
Nobody wants to hear him sing a whole album.
Let's get serious.
How many times can we listen to Let's Get Serious?
Let's get I keep thinking of Wendy Williams' husband is because these guys connect themselves to women that'll get them in that environment. Women they'll leech on to
low self-esteem and
stuff.
That was Wendy.
Yes.
Wendy does not need her husband. That's the difference. Now that's when you said you like Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy is Michael Jackson.
Yes. Yeah. She didn't need the husband.
Wendy Williams is Michael Jackson.
She made a name for herself and her name was
There is no other Wendy Williams. There is nobody who can do what Wendy Williams does.
But this dude, in all honesty, this is a Michael Jackson to him.
No, he's getting ready to get what Joe Jackson got.
Oh, he's getting kicked to the
Remember
curb.
we watched Angela Bassett play Miss Jackson in the movie The Jacksons? So I don't know if you know more Joe. She got on the phone. Joe was on the phone.
Yes.
Talking to his baby mama.
Yes.
Joe, I don't want you no more, Joe.
I don't want you no more.
And even Michael, get out of here. I don't want you anymore. I don't want you to be my manager anymore, Dad.
They all kicked the dad
They
to the curb.
kicked Joe to the curb.
No more managing. So she may do the same thing.
So she needs to kick his bald head to the curb.
Yes.
If this is real.
Yes.
If this true.
Because he's causing trouble for you anyway.
Thank you.
Come on, just.
And then she needs to fall on the sword and come back and say, I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry, ladies.
I'm having some issues.
You can see.
Y'all know how it is. Let's go out and make this money.
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying.
You better be kind Tiny is what's his name?
Emerald says, reminds me of Kendu, Mary's ex-husband. Yeah!
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah!
I was trying to find a husband.
Yes, Emerald.
Leeches to his wife.
Yes.
And tries to mess her up in
but
his career.
She's not Mary J. Blige. So stop it, dude.
Now, did Mary J. Blige's husband have a
you know
child
who
out of wedlock?
You know who he is. I agree with you, like Ken do. But he's Wendy Williams. Because when Wendy Williams and Mary J is the same.
Yes.
That's like Michael. That level. They don't need them.
No.
But she needs him. But he acting stupid.
He's probably the reason why a lot of her songs is about that. To get rid of the headaches and all of that.
She's Jermaine. Like you said, she's Jermaine.
Yes.
All right. True says, right, LaToya doesn't see they're doing her a favor. Yes, she's the most talented vocally.
They need each other.
But Candy and Tiny star power keeps the group alive.
They all need each other. And they need to really be
Nobody
careful.
wants to hear Candy go sing either.
No, not by themselves.
But she don't need to sing.
Exactly.
Because she has other avenues of revenue.
And talents, yeah.
And Tiny don't need it.
No.
She got T.I.'s money, for God's sake. Plus her own.
Yes.
So she don't need that.
So yes, sisters. Come on.
True says, speaking on Wendy Williams' husband, he's involved with Atosha Scott somehow. If you've been on his IG,
what is going on with these?
That's
people?
why she acting the way she is. Then she got these men in her ear telling her she's Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
You're not Michael Jackson, honey.
No,
leave it alone.
Know your limitations.
Know it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So there we go. That's it with that one.
Okay.
Keep up with that story, guys. Allegedly. So let's see if this is true. Mm-hmm. If this bald head Negro messing with this woman who looks nothing like his wife.
You know that don't matter because they don't.
All right.
Some men, they have affairs. They don't keep the same look in a woman.
All right. How do we transition to Will Smith? Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's tread lightly.
I wanted an update with this guy because he has a movie coming out.
All right, y'all. Hold on.
Because think about it, you guys. This is a touchy area with Will Smith and all the hoopla that went on in the past. Is that
Okay.
gonna cause his movie to go?
I want to say
ain't
this.
going to see that.
I want to say this for the record.
Go ahead.
I put Will Smith in the same category
Yeah.
that I have Oprah. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
Oprah made me upset when all she was doing was reporting on black men.
Oh yeah.
And never reporting on white men.
Yeah.
They're all black
She
men.
did Michael Jackson.
Everybody.
She had her friend Gail.
Her and Gail. It was almost like a
Bashing
let's
black
find
men.
the next black man. Let's find it.
What did you
Okay.
think of what's his name?
Right. And the Kobe Bryant, I think, was it for everybody.
Hey, tell me a little bit about Kobe's his affair.
Right. I think that was the last straw. You ain't heard them say nothing since then.
No.
So we all went after
I think
them.
R. Kelly went off on her, didn't he?
Well, R. Kelly went off on Gail.
Gail.
Yeah.
On Gail.
Well, he was just going off
I
here.
know.
He was frustrated. He was frustrated because he couldn't touch little girls
And he knew
anymore.
he was
That's
going
what
where
it
he
was.
was going to.
He couldn't poop and pee on girls anymore.
No. Okay, go ahead.
So that was
But
that
why
thing.
you call him Will? Why you
Well,
call
hold on, everybody relax.
Okay, give me the scoop on this one.
There was never disinvited to the barbecue,
Okay.
to the cookout.
To the cookout.
We always loved Gail and Oprah.
Yeah,
They're never disinvited.
They can still
They were
come to the
just,
cookout.
they were those aunts that do something that make you upset,
Mhm.
and they come to the cookout,
Mhm.
and people kind of go, ugh,
But you love him anyway.
but you love them anyway. All right.
Okay, what about Will?
Will I put in the same category?
He's still invited to the cookout?
Will is never, in my opinion,
He may have to
He
stay on
has
the side.
never-
He can't come to the cookout and be in the middle
Will
of everybody.
is the cousin that showed up drunk and got in a fight with everybody at the cookout. You love him.
Mhm.
You tell him, don't come over here no more drunk. We love you. But when you're drunk, you act bad. And then you beat up on one of the nephews that's weak.
That we love.
Chris Rock is weak.
Yeah.
So you went up and smacked him.
Yeah,
And you knew because you knew he wasn't going to do nothing
He
back.
wasn't going to fight back.
All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, I feel he was never disinvited to the cookout.
Steve Harvey.
Oh, Steve Harvey would have beat him. Every other comedian would have jumped him.
Lord.
But the fact that he felt that he could do that was entitlement.
He punked him.
So he had to be brought down a couple of notches.
Okay.
So he's that cousin that comes to the next cookout who showed his butt at the last one.
Yes.
And he's quiet.
Okay. He comes in quiet.
He comes in quiet.
Hey, how you doing, Auntie?
He
How you
makes
doing,
everybody's plate.
Hey,
Want
Auntie.
anything, Auntie?
Hey.
He's good to everybody.
cuz,
He's
how you
playing
doing?
with the kids.
Hey,
he's
okay.
he's low key this year.
Okay.
All right.
He ain't coming in with no big spotlight.
He's not coming in. That's how Oprah been.
And he not bringing his wife. He just gonna come by himself.
No, because
this
nobody
time.
likes his wife.
Not really.
But she can still come. Jada's not
Yeah.
disinvited either.
Maybe just his first time coming, he's gonna do it by himself.
Jada's
'Cause he
still
gotta feel the area.
Jada's still invited to the cookout, just nobody likes her.
Yeah.
She's one of those women that come to the cookout that nobody likes,
Okay.
but she's still there.
We'll just deal with her.
We
'cause
deal
she
with her
is.
because that's Will's wife,
Okay.
and she knows that.
Okay.
So all of that to say,
Yeah.
he's nervous
Oh, by his emancipation movie.
because he has this slave movie coming out,
Ooh.
and he don't think anybody gonna go see it.
Oh, they gonna boycott him, kinda. You think?
Will Smith reflects on how Oscars controversy may impact emancipation turnout.
Yeah. He should have thought about that before he went on the stage to slap Chris.
Ahead of his upcoming film dropping, Will Smith is sharing his thoughts on how backlash from his Slapgate incident with Chris Rock at the 2022 Academy Awards may carry over. Specifically, Will is speaking on his upcoming role, Emancipation, in which he'll portray an enslaved man named Peter. The film is set to premiere in theaters this Friday, and Apple TV will begin streaming it on December 9th. Now, I will say this.
I'll probably watch it on Apple. Well, can we watch it on TV?
Well, I would say this.
Probably won't go to the show.
If the movie doesn't go good, I don't think it's because of Slapgate. I think people are tired of slave movies.
That's the problem that I have.
I think that's it.
If he would have done a Bad Boys movie or what's another one that he's done where it's
if he would have done another movie that he know black people would go see, another Bad Boys or something like that, everybody would have gone to see it.
You're right. I'm tired. I don't like slave movies.
And if we were gonna go see it, he's absolutely correct. It would be only because of him.
Yeah.
And I don't think people like him enough anymore to do that.
Yeah.
See,
I
we
don't know.
go see Denzel. If Denzel was, this movie was Denzel, some people don't want to see a slave movie, but they'll go see it because of Denzel or Idris. Because he slapped Chris Rock, he don't get that same.
He lost some viewers.
He lost that. Well, he lost the movie being on his name, strength.
But that's a good point you're making because of the what the movie is, the storyline that may keep people away.
And we just saw Black Panther, so why would we want to see Black Panther in Wakanda and then go see this?
Where we saw the movie Till. Till
and
is
then
another
you got
movie
Till,
about
it's too
blacks
much.
being mistreated, and you're like, oh.
All right, let's see what everybody's saying.
What y'all gonna go see this?
Kiki Sanders says, and we talk about the young people. Emerald says, I believe that he deserves forgiveness, but I am not ready to watch him on screen yet. Yeah, that's what we just said. Yeah. Emerald says, I am over slave movies too.
I am.
So I don't think this movie's going to do good.
Say, I'm going to see another slave movie.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to do good.
Harriet Tubman was like different.
He could surprise us.
Anything that shows slaves being freed. Right. But still, it was a female and I wanted to see her.
And he could surprise us and actually do good. I don't know. He could do good. We don't know.
Wow. If it was a Bad Boys, I probably would.
Yeah. But what I will say is, because of the type of movie that it is, again, it has to go on him, the strength of him. And right now, he's right. His strength is not there yet.
But think about it. When did this happen? When did this slap happen?
Last year.
Last year or earlier this year?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Because he was making this movie, right? Or was this movie
done? It was already done.
It was already done. See,
yeah.
Boy, you don't think about your career when you're doing crazy.
Yep.
You just don't.
So that's my only thing. I think that, I don't know why they have to release it now. I would have waited until next year. But they want to hurry up and release it. December, they just said this week.
Because usually when movies release, I see these guys on TV shows. He should have done some really...
people probably don't want to see him.
Why not?
Because of Slapgate.
But he could still talk about that. Like I'm really sorry about that. Like if he would have gone on The View.
I don't know.
And sit amongst those women.
Let's say.
In front of Whoopi Goldberg.
Let's say.
And say, guys, I really made a mistake. I am so sorry that I did this. Dude.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Okay. But I don't think it's going to do good. Let's see if it surprises me.
It may surprise us.
Now, real quick. Did you sign your thing? Sign out.
Oh, thank you.
Real quick, I want to mention this because I keep telling people to get water filters and nobody listens to me.
Ooh, where's this
water line break at area manufacturing facility caused a large Thanksgiving Day boil order. This is in Jacksonville,
Florida, or what?
Jacksonville. Is it Florida or Tennessee? I don't know. I have to keep reading.
Okay.
But anyway, it's in Jacksonville. The Jacksonville water treatment plant began receiving calls of low water pressure across the west side of town. I kept telling people you have to have a water filter because a lot of this stuff is going to keep happening. Then look at this story.
It was Jacksonville, Florida.
You heard about it, Florida?
You don't understand there's a Jacksonville, Florida.
We don't know which state it is.
Houston boil water order resulted from ground trips at power plants. It happened in Houston. A boil water notice has been issued for the city of Houston's main water system after a water treatment plant experienced a power outage.
Uh-oh.
I keep trying to tell you. Okay, so
that's
I'm only
prepping.
saying this real fast.
One of the prepping.
We have a prepping channel that y'all need to go to, but even you don't go to it, every house should have a water filter system.
Yes. Because you may not ever know.
Now, the Berkey system, you can go on Amazon and look that one up. That's a good one. And it's in the description, in our description. Okay. But I keep mentioning it over and over again, and people don't seem to listen. Because it's going to start happening more frequently. And the one thing you don't want to go out is water.
Now, bottles of water, if people were buying the packages, is there a time frame that those will last?
No, you're fine as long as you keep them off. You don't want to put water on the ground directly.
So if they buy a bunch of water,
if you know you're going to be
fill up
their
basement or their what?
But don't put it on the ground. Don't let the water bottle sit directly on the ground.
Okay, because some people are building up their little storage areas with bottles of water as well, or those big jugs.
And remember that these things are kind of biodegradable now. So they start breaking down after a while.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, what's the time frame on those?
Yeah, they not long.
Wow.
So get a water filter system. Then you can go out to the lake or whatever and get your own water.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Virginia state trooper killed in shootout with California police after allegedly catfishing a teen girl and murdering her whole family.
Oh no.
A law enforcement officer from Virginia was killed in a shootout with California deputies after reportedly killing the family of a teen girl he had catfished online. This is an officer.
Oh no.
The suspect identified as 28-year-old Austin Lee Edwards then proceeded to drive off with the girl after murdering her mother and grandparents, police said.
This is an officer.
She was 15, Mom?
Yeah, 15-year-old girl.
On Friday, just after 11 a.m., police were first called to a home in Riverside for a welfare check of a distressed girl getting into a red Kia Soul with a man, according to NBC News.
Oh no. What happened here?
Responding officers received several phone calls about a fire just a few houses away from the home where the welfare check had been requested. After the Riverside Fire Department arrived on scene for the fire on the first floor, they found 3 adult bodies on the ground inside.
Well, I wonder what his motive was.
Her mother, grandmother, and grandfather.
It didn't say.
You said who was the mother? Mother, the
grandmother.
Mother, grandmother, and grandfather.
So grandparents and her mom. What was the at the beginning? You said he catfished?
Catfish. That means that when you catfish, remember you was asking about that last time?
Yes.
When you catfish, that means you pretend to be somebody else.
Like that football player in Hawaii.
Yes, that got catfished.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's his picture. Look at him.
He was pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah.
And this is an officer of the law. This is.
But he dead now because it says catfishing man dies after cops return gunfire. Girl taken into social services protective custody.
Oh wow!
So they got him.
So he didn't kill her.
No,
but he
thank
killed
God.
Her family,
her whole
mom.
family. So if you got kids, y'all be careful with these catfishes and these people. Your kids on internet.
Yes.
Telling people where y'all live.
Yes.
And giving people y'all addresses and how to get in y'all houses and stuff.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So I just said that to
that just brought when I thought about that football player being catfished. That was sad.
And this another quick one. Okay. Hunter, a new father, accidentally shot dead by his own dog in a freak accident during hunting trip in Turkey.
Tell me how this happened.
All right, hold on.
Did his paw?
First of all, whenever I read a story,
he showed it having in his mouth.
Hold
right?
on. Just so y'all know, FYI, because I don't feel like getting 20 million comments.
These made up stories?
No, these are real.
Okay.
Every time I tell bad stories, you laugh. And so we get 20 million comments about how it's not funny that this man was killed.
I'm not laughing at the man being killed. I'm laughing at the dog doing it. How did the dog kill the man?
So she's saying when she laughs, she's laughing at how I'm telling the story.
I am never going to laugh at somebody being killed. That is not funny.
But why do you even have to say that?
Laughing. Okay.
But why do we even have to say that? Do people think that we psychopaths or something?
My sister, I was telling my sister about going back to that story about the little baby, 2-year-old that was at home by himself, and his mom and dad had went out and left the baby home for 2-3 days, a day or two. And I said, there are comedians who get on stage that we've gone to their shows and they have made you laugh at something like that. Because they'll talk about what they thought the little man was going to do. He going to crawl out the little thing.
You're not,
fix his own little
You're not laughing at the story. You're laughing at how I'm telling the story.
But we all
right,
know
so let's go.
That's a sad story.
I wanted to put that disclaimer out.
Thank you.
All right,
we'll still get right.
Emerald said, but how did he do it? All right, I'll tell everybody.
Yeah, please get to me.
A hunter and a new father was killed after his own dog accidentally shot him in a freak accident during a hunter trip in Turkey over Thanksgiving. And especially it's in Turkey.
It's
over Thanksgiving. Country. But Turkey over Thanksgiving. The irony of the whole story is ridiculous. All right. Oscar, I can't say his name, 32, was pursuing game with his pals on the plateau.
Kisland.
Yeah, Plateau Providence last weekend. News flash reports. He had just become a father for the first time in 10 days before the tragic shooting.
Oh, so he's the
trip had gone without incident until the hunter began packing up his belongings to leave. The Turkish hunter killed during hunter trip with dog's paw
like
inadvertently touched the trigger of a loaded shotgun. In a completely freak accident, he was placing his dog into the trunk of the car when the pet's paw inadvertently touched the trigger of a loaded shotgun, with the weapon being discharged in close range. He was transported to the state hospital. However, he was pronounced dead on arrival, according to the outlet. His body was then taken to the state capitol for an autopsy. An investigation is ongoing, and Turkish authorities look into details surrounding the man's death. There's that dang on dog right there.
And he's alive. He probably didn't know what he was doing either. He probably saw his master get shot down.
And he did.
His paw touched it. Here's the thing, you guys. That's why people are so crazy about gun laws. If you own a gun, you gotta be responsible for it. You gotta make sure it's locked. You gotta make sure the bullets are out. We went to a shooting range, and I was afraid. I said, "Oh, make sure this and this and this." And I would come over, and they would show me, because we have family friends who does this all the time. And one of their sons, he don't even touch the guns.
Right.
He just picks up the shells and he stays back. He don't even want nothing to do with them. But I was very afraid. Make sure it was locked. Make sure it's unlocked and it's got no bullets in it. Make sure you shoot how many is left. This man was irresponsible.
Now I'm trying to understand this. A recent picture showed the smiling outdoorsman petting a dog while holding up a string of dead birds. It remains unclear which pup was actually the one who accidentally managed to fire the gun. Several news outlets claim Hunter was murdered. Question dog excuse as a possible cover-up. You know what? Those guys out there, one of them could have killed him.
Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, several Turkish news outlets have claimed that he was actually murdered and reported that the dog excuse was a cover-up for the actual crime.
Because how would a dog's paw?
But as Monday, authorities have yet to uncover any evidence of foul play.
They have to have a print on that gun area.
Now listen to this.
They have his paw print?
You stupid. How you going?
I'm serious, right, y'all. If they mark it for print, a dog print should be on where that gun was hit.
But which dog?
It don't matter.
Stupid. All right, here we go. According to the Washington Post,
rule out somebody else doing it.
Right.
That would rule out somebody else doing it.
According to the Washington Post, at least 10 people were reportedly shot by dogs between 2004 and 2015 in the United States alone, with several other cases having been reported since then. These dogs just sporadically going on. Come on, y'all.
There's a dog gang. You try by. Yeah, man, jump in the truck and get him. Okay, man, come on, get him back in the truck. Drive away.
I'm starting to question the people that live around here with dogs.
Oh, God.
How do I know they dog ain't gonna accidentally?
You know what I was telling my sister? One way I don't want to leave this earth is a freak accident.
A freak accident.
I don't want to die as a freak accident. Me falling on I'm carrying something.
It's been a lot of times. It's been a lot of times where I've almost died of freak accidents.
Yes.
And you remember the one time where I
fell down the stairs?
No, you fell down the stairs.
No, when you got electrocuted.
Oh yeah, I was the stupid washing machine. One of the things in the back came off, and it was water. It was raining, and our basement flooded a little.
Yes.
And that thing hit that, and I didn't know. And I'm getting ready to put clothes in the washing machine, and I picked the lid up, and I got electrocuted. And it's everything that you think of in the movies. When you see the movie, and you say, "Why don't the person just let go?" Right. You can't. I was holding on. I was like this, and I was like, "Why can't I let go?" It's just like the movies. Just like the movies. When you get electrocuted, you can't let go. And I finally let go and fell back. I thought to myself, I could have died. A freak accident. You don't let go. I think your body freezes. And I was just holding on to the lid. And it's slow motion.
What?
It's when you're. I think when you die in slow motion.
What do you mean?
Because as I was being electrocuted, it felt like forever. I knew what was going on. I was thinking. I was like, why can't I let go? It was like I only knew it was probably only a second.
Oh my goodness!
But it felt like minutes.
Oh my God.
I think when people die, time freezes for them. I really do.
Oh my God.
Huh?
I say, God, help you.
Oh God. You didn't have no shoes on? No rubber shoes or nothing?
No, I think I was barefoot. What rubber shoes do?
Don't they say if you wearing rubber? I guess that's been. If I don't know. You would
No,
think-
I think I was barefoot.
Oh my God.
She's stepping in water.
I think I was stepping in water.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Everything that I was supposed to die, I was supposed to die in.
Oh.
She's stepping in water.
I'm standing in water, touching a lid
washing
of a washing machine that's electrical.
That would have been a freak accident. We would.
That
have
would
to
have been a
explain.
freak
How
accident.
did Kim pass away when?
Doing laundry.
She was doing.
All right. Let's see. Emerald says, I think he was murdered too. I do too. They blaming it on those dogs.
I know.
Talking about which dog. Now you gotta figure out which dog
Which
did it.
Paul?
I think he was murdered. True is laughing. Emerald says Lenore is dying over there listening to your near-death experience. And then True says, shaking my head, you was messed up.
Now you see, when I was laughing at I wasn't laughing at that baby being home by himself.
Right.
That's just mean.
So just like the movies though, you don't let go. I don't understand why we don't let go though. You don't let go. And you're thinking about I should let go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a fire.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah. I was holding on to it and I was like this.
Well, I wouldn't, you know what, if she wasn't here, you know what, I couldn't.
No,
But
you would
thank
still
God.
be laughing. You said it was years later, but you'll laugh. Like my sister died, y'all, doing the laundry. That she don't never do.
You know what? And some people, I guess, they don't take stuff like that. That they
You have to laugh
it's
to
not
keep from
funny
crying.
in them. It's too serious.
You have to laugh to keep from
That's
crying.
fine, because we even know my sister. I had a friend who was always sick, and she was in the hospital. She had sickle cell, and she had really bad crisis as she got older.
Yeah.
But she was in the hospital, and she
got
was in
worse.
a lot
She was
of
in
pain.
hospice.
She said, "I want Kim to come see me, please, but she's gonna make me laugh.
She
and I'm
gonna make
be
me
in
laugh.
pain."
I'm gonna be in pain.
So Kim couldn't even go to the hospital.
And then one time I did come. I tried not to make her laugh, but I still was funny.
She laughed.
I don't be trying to be funny.
But she wasn't in pain then, right?
Yeah.
So the laughter was like medicine.
Yeah.
So praise God for that. But she said, "Oh, don't let Kim come because I'll be in so much pain laughing."
Well, True says maybe your body freezes up like when you're tased. I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you're tased,
that's a shot going through your
but
body.
if I wouldn't have let go, I let go. That's why I lived. Because I was holding on to the lid.
And you let go.
But I didn't have to. I could have stayed on and then just died, electrocuted.
Oh, wow.
But it felt like slow motion. I was like, and I was thinking to myself, let go.
Yeah.
And I finally
and you
let
guys,
go.
we have to, at that moment, you don't laugh. Because I know we laughed later when my mom got
bit by a dog.
It was funny at not the time, but you don't grab a dog when they're
No,
trying to
we
get
laughed
at
at
another
everything.
dog, and his adrenaline is high, and she comes and grabs him from behind, and he turns and bit her arm.
So we laugh at everything.
He felt so
Our
bad.
my mother fell a few years ago.
Marco,
remember, Mama fell a few years ago, and we
was
laughed.
running from the dog.
She wasn't even, a dog wasn't even doing nothing. He was just there. And she tried to turn around, and she old and tried to run.
But she got mad at us.
She got mad because we was laughing.
She said my mouth was hurting, ladies. I think I moved my tooth out. And we were like, "Oh, you okay though? You okay?" My mom was angry at us.
She was in so much pain. That was funny. Sorry, y'all. I laugh.
Okay.
I laugh when I fall. So I'm gonna laugh when everybody falls.
I do.
All right, so that was
You know what? I'm being honest on this one. It may sound cruel. When I was diagnosed,
yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny because I'm like, okay, we all eat the same diet, the same. My family's never had colonoscopy.
So why do I get the one with colon cancer?
I get it? My sister didn't get it. My mom didn't get it.
So that was
fourth stage, and I said I kind of laughed at it because I'm like, God, if it's not heredity, it's not in our family. It's maybe because of my diet.
But you have to
whatever.
laugh to keep from crying.
I had to.
All right.
Laughter is medicine, you
Right.
guys. I know.
But I don't want to explain
maybe laugh
that
in private.
every time we do a story.
I know.
This
know.
not
That's
the show
a
for you.
disclaimer. That's a disclaimer.
It's not the show for you. You get
Like-
mad at people laughing.
like she's always driving when we tell our
Right.
jokes.
All right, Colorado. This is the donkey of the day.
Oh, okay.
Real quick,
Okay.
and then we out of here.
Got it.
Colorado Springs suspect father makes homophobic remarks in the interview. This is the guy that shot up the LGBTQ club.
Yeah.
So when they finally talk to this idiot, I'm not even going to read it. This is his dad, okay?
Oh.
They come to him and, they say, well, you have anything to say, about your son, shooting up the
Is it like father, like son
club,
kind of thing?
LGBTQ. He only cared that if his son was gay. He said, all I really wanted to know is if he was gay. He didn't care that he shot up the whole club.
Did he not understand the whole purpose of his son shooting?
The whole reason why the boy is probably crazy is because his dad.
Oh, wow.
The man said that he's a Republican, and he said he's a Mormon. And he said that's something that he could just not. If his son,
take that.
so he don't mind that his son is a murderer and went in there and shot everybody.
Want him to be
He
gay.
just don't want him to be gay.
That's sad. That's real sad. That's all he cared about.
Man tells reporter he was relieved his child wasn't gay after hearing about the shooting.
But how many people did he kill?
He don't care.
He don't.
Man, the God gave him donkey of the day.
Yes, big time. So we kind of know now why the son has some issues.
Why he's a nutty buddy.
I'm just glad to hear that he's not gay.
True says the dad looks like a druggie. Yeah, he does.
That's sad.
Is there a picture of him in here?
Is it?
He does look bad. No, I don't have it on
That's
this one.
sad though.
He looks like he could be one.
Oh, that's different. Wow.
That was the donkey of the day.
Because how many people passed from that shooting?
Just ridiculous.
Killed, let's see, that killed 5 and wounded 17.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yes.
And all he could care about is if he was gay or
His
not.
son was gay.
All right, so that was it.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No, that was it. I just have to hear my donkey of the day.
Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving.
Probably still eating leftovers, some of you.
I don't know why Facebook is frozen.
Sora said maybe do some soup.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think about soup.
Facebook.
Or even a chicken pot pie. Hey, do a turkey pot pie. Yes. We buy the crust.
I don't know why Facebook.
A pot pie.
Facebook went out, so we lost Facebook a while ago.
Oh, I don't know why that.
So that's fine.
What about that other platform?
Twitch went out too. So I guess we have to. Maybe we got to tell them we're going over an hour. We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, they shut down. True says, and apparently he has been on the show Intervention and has done the adult films. You have to see the extended interview.
The son?
No, the father.
He's a Mormon, though. He hasn't done anything sexual, right?
Unless you're talking about the son, true.
Unless it's the son, yeah.
Either one of them, both of them are crazy.
He didn't cry Mormon, so he's crying that he's a religious man.
Both of them are crazy, but so.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So that was it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out our new page. It's on relaxation. It's in the description. Make sure you subscribe to that. Oh, the dad. Okay. It's in the description.
Shame. That's not in your religion.
I know. The extended version. We'll look at that and see what comes up there.
Okay.
And always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See y'all later.